back, everybody. This is your QB1 of the Sand Beavers with another QB Zone. Thank you for tuning in again. You can hear a little bit more inflection in my voice because my videos were fucking boring. So, going to speak with a little bit more enthusiasm, maybe a little bit more oomph. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to it, right into it. We're going to go over the basics again, as always, but there's something a little bit different about this team we're playing. This is a man coverage team, and they don't blitz. They don't blitz. Maybe one day you'll run into a team like that. Most teams do blitz, but in this special situation, we've played this team several times this year. They've decided that it's not a good idea to blitz me, but it's not a good idea not to blitz me. So we're going to go ahead and go over what you're going to do against a man coverage defense. Still, the basics do remain the same. We're going to identify the blitzer and identify the safety. That's going to help us understand what coverage they're in so we can make better decisions on who to throw the ball to. Great. All right, so let's take a look at our first play here. So we're going to have two receivers up at the top. We have our center, one receiver down below. No one has their hand raised, and everyone is man on man, mano y mano. You can see down closest to the screen here, we have my man Taha up against a cornerback. The center, head up. My slot receiver, head up. Outside receiver to the right, head up. And one free safety. So, it's man coverage. You can read it as easy as day. So they're in a man free, meaning the safety has free range to read and react to wherever he likes. Okay, but in man coverage, and I think anyone who's played football for a significant amount of time understands what are man beaters. I know that sounds kind of wrong, but a man beater is a route that beats man-on-man coverage. All right, so let's take a look here. Down at the bottom, I want to highlight my receiver here because I think this is where I'm going. The play concept are crossing routes. Crossing routes usually work pretty well against man coverage unless the defense is disciplined enough to call out crossers and switch crossers. Not sure if they're up to that level, but let's check out this first play. Okay, so as you can see, up at the top, man on man, tight coverage. My top crosser, he's trailing from a little bit far behind. My closest to the screen crosser is kind of waiting for his space to open up and go right in between them. So it's almost like a natural pick. When I run my top receiver, he's actually aiming for this cornerback down here, number 14. He's not aiming at him. He's not going to pick him or run into him at all. But flashing by him quickly will give a little cause to pause when that defender going to guard my receiver who's making that crossing route. So let's take a look. Great move by the receiver. Let's take a look again. Alright, so as you can see, man coverage again. The cornerback does a good job as focusing on my receiver. Keeps his eyes on him. He doesn't get bothered by my crosser running near him. My receiver does hesitate, and it seems like my receiver is the one who actually gets afraid of running into someone. So he's a little bit slow to get across the other side of the ball. That's why this corner is able to pursue him. But crossing routes against man coverage, generally any one of these players could have gotten the ball here and been able to make a significant run after the catch. I was looking since I was sitting two guys to the left, there's more space on the right for a catch and run with less help. So I was targeting it the whole time, but when your quarterback, if you stare down your receiver the entire time, it allows that safety to actually get a beat on your receiver that you're trying to throw to. So make sure you play offense with your eyes as well. Give a little head movement, making sure that that safety doesn't get a beat on your crosser. So if you take a look at my eyes here, we're looking right, like I'm going to go to my receiver here. We're going to follow him, and then as soon as he crosses my plane of sight, I go back to my middle receiver. He gets a nice run after catch, nice move, just to stay on his feet and make a move. Great play by Taha there. Taha, up and coming receiver. Be on the lookout for that guy. Got to be making a lot of plays. All right, we'll go to the next play again. So again, guys, we're looking for the safety and we're looking for blitzers. You can see my eyes are not looking down at the ball, waiting to anticipate catching the ball. Right? I'm looking at the defense. Who's in the best position in a man-to-man defense to make a play? So on this, you can also see that the corner at the closest side here is maybe, let's say, 6-7 yards off, which near the red zone is pretty significant, and there's no one in the middle. He has no help on the outside. This corner is on an island. He is by himself. He's got to guard one of my best receivers one-on-one in open space, which is next to impossible. Whenever you have athletes, get them the ball and let them do what they do. Quarterbacks, if you got athletes on your team, stop trying to be the star with your arm. Just get the ball in their hands and let them do the work. They're only going to make your stats look better. So again, it looks like over at the top, furthest away from the screen, they're a little bit closer. Obviously, they're within 1 or 2 yards on the center, within 3 or 4 yards of my slot, a little bit deeper on the outside receiver. But on an island here, what do you need to call? You don't need to call anything. Tell the guy to stop right there and catch the ball, run in for a touchdown. It's a great play by the receiver, but as a quarterback, you've got to set up your receivers. It's your responsibility to put them in the right place to make plays, because a receiver is only as good as his quarterback can make him. Because if you can't throw accurate balls, if you can't make right decisions, it doesn't matter. You don't need a big arm in flag 5-on-5. You don't need to be ultra dynamic as a runner when it comes to being quarterback. As long as you can make good decisions, have a couple athletes on your team who can catch, you should be fine. You're only moving the ball 40 or something yards, To get a first down, it's 20 yards. So that's 4 plays of 5 yards. Think about it. 4 plays of 5 yards get you a first down. And this guy is playing 7 yards off. We're almost halfway to the end zone, right? He's almost halfway in between the end zone. Again, with this much space, you should be able to get the ball to your receiver, get it to him quickly, call a hot route. Hey, catch the ball, don't even move. Make a move, you're on an island. Great play by the receiver. I could get into a little bit of receiver training. This is great, we worked on this in practice. If I call this route, that means I'm trusting you to beat this guy in front of you. Right? It's a one-on-one play. I train my guys to take a few steps inside, get back outside. Does it perfectly, sets him up, jabs outside. You can see corner's already messed up with his leverage. Beats him to the corner. Touchdown.